Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series. In this video, we're going to take a look at a new feature in TPC Desktop 2017 Release 2 called Referencing a Group to a Survey. We've referenced pictures or raster images to surveys for years in Traverse PC, but we've recently extended this to groups. And I'm going to show you where we're going in this video by taking a look at this drawing here. We have actually imported a CAD drawing on top of some traverses that we put in. And basically what we're doing is that we're checking the plans before we actually build this thing. So I can see that here in the drawing, I've got this sort of XRef type CAD information that I brought in from a CAD drawing. And then in Traverse PC, I've come in and put in some traverses, and I'm just going to delineate these real quick. So here are some of the points, and you can, if we zoom in here, be able to see these a little bit better. So these are the points in that traverse. Here's my plan traverse that goes all the way around. I've got some ditch lines in here I want to check. Okay, and we're going to be able to check all these against the CAD drawings using some random inverse tools or offsets to line or whatever tools you choose. So let's back out now and show you how we actually did this XRef inside of Traverse PC. Okay, so here's our survey. And we've got all of the survey information that we entered out of those 4 or 5 traverses. Let's go ahead and bring in this drawing that we want. And I'm going to just create, I think, really quickly an XRef layer, just so I've got a place to put these. So let's add an XRef layer. And I'll make it the current layer so I can put the group on it here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and choose Tools, Import Data into Drawing. We're bringing in a DWG file, so let's browse to that file and simply just import it. Okay, so here's our file that we've imported, and we're going to do just 2 things here. One is we're going to come into this, any object in this XRef that we just imported. Here I happen to have a line on level 1 layer. I'm going to right click. I'm going to tell Traverse PC under Groups and Blocks, I want to group the last import. And it tells me the file that it brought in. So let's go ahead and choose that command. So now Traverse PC has put all of the entities that are brought over from that CAD file into a group. So I can pick that group up now and move that around if I want. Let's just grab that group. Okay, and you can see that this is what I'm after. I'm after getting a good fit. Now I could do it visually, but I wouldn't be exactly right on. And you can kind of see that we've got a lot of the same information, and I just want to get these things on the same page. So the first step is to group what I just brought in. And then let's go ahead and zoom in just a little tighter here so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the cursor over any object in that group, right click, and again under Groups and Blocks, I'm going to say Reference Group to Survey. And I'm just going to follow the commands down on the status bar. The first command says select first survey point, and I can use a snap. So I'm going to say end of this line right here. And Traverse PC is going to start putting this information in the message view so I can actually see what I'm selecting. And I'm going to come back here to the drawing view and I'm going to say I want the end of this line. Now, this line is part of a group, and I see the top line of the tooltip tells me I'm on a group in the 0 layer. But I can also tell Traverse PC, or I can also see from the tooltip that I'm over a line. So I'm going to pick the end of that line. And you see how the cursor snaps to the end of it? And that coordinate shows up in the message view. Okay, so now let's go down and pick another pair. Let's do the same thing pretty much down here at the bottom. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit tighter. And let's tell Traverse PC I want the end of this line to 103. And I can either pick the end of the arc or the end of that little group line right there. Now, look what Traverse PC did. A couple of things. Right off the bat, we noticed that in the drawing view, it went ahead and scaled, translated, and rotated. So now my CAD objects that are grouped match up my survey objects. That's why we say we're referencing the group to the survey. And Traverse PC performed that rotate, translate, scale based on those pairs of points that I picked. Now over here in the message view, I can see that I've got pair 1, pair 2, and then here's how it referenced it. It translated by this amount, it rotated by this amount, and it scaled by this amount. So I've actually got the information that Traverse PC used to do the referencing for me. And of course now then, I've got everything kind of lined up where I want, okay? and I'm ready to go. The only other thing I might do sometimes is I probably should have put this group on an XRef layer. So let's go ahead and just do that here real quick. And I'm going to pick a color for this so it stays silver. And I'm going to put it over on the XRef layer. Now, the reason I put it on the XRef layer is that once I've got this positioned, I want to go into that layer via the layer tools, and I want to modify that layer and lock it. So now I can't accidentally pick this group up and move it. Okay, I couldn't just bump it and have it come out of position a little bit. In fact, Traverse PC will tell me that operation is not allowed on a locked layer. So I've got my CAD drawing imported, made a group out of it, referenced my survey, and now I can sit here and do random inverses, do offsets to line, a whole bunch of COGO tools to check to make sure that I've got exactly what I want before I proceed with this project.